Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. If you've ever checked out Patrick Bet-David's YouTube channel, you can tell how seriously he takes business strategy and sharing what he learns, applying it, and discussing it with others. It is a true passion of his, and you can see it too in his energy. We're talking about some big passion energy here, okay? BPE. That's Patrick Bet-David, or I guess PBD. And he's put out some other books before, but the growth of his social media presence brought up a huge hype bubble around this one. So what's it about? What's the hype about? In this video, I'm going to go over the chapters, things I learned, things I liked, things I wasn't maybe so crazy about, things I found surprising, and I'm also going to go over some standout quotes, who I recommend this book to, and what books to maybe check out next. Just so you guys know, there are affiliate links in the description. If you buy anything through those links, like maybe this book, then I get commission, which helps me build this channel and keep making these videos. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam, and I want to make self-growth normal, because people shouldn't have to look this information up. It should just be mainstream knowledge. If you agree, then please make sure to smash that like button. When I think about the next 5 moves, I really do think about myself sitting down with Patrick Bet-David, and he's telling me how to become the ultimate chess player. He actually begins the book talking about a guy who has thought as many as 15 moves ahead. How do you even do that when playing chess? Named Magnus Carlsen. Magnus is such a badass name, isn't it? I know nothing about chess, which I am not ashamed to say before or after listening to this, because he said that it is not about chess, the book, at all. In fact, there are almost no examples, if anything, from chess, but he did say that this book is about applying the way chess masters play to business. And the reason it's 5 moves in the book is that many of these grandmaster chess players say that that's the strategic sweet spot, if you will. By doing this, you play the game over in your head enough times and you understand your enemy's method of attack well enough that you're prepared for just about any situation. Bet-David divided the book into 5 moves so that you know what you need to make something big happen. Let me tell you, this guy's personal story will floor you and fascinate you. It's a very true from nothing to something story. Very true. Everything from the bombs he would hear outside growing up in Iran to the size of his life insurance company and how quickly it grew, and the diversity of his, I don't think this is the technical word, but agent base, and all the people he's helped over the years. Bet-David said that he believes entrepreneurship can solve most of the world's problems, and with the right tools, we can contribute to that success. So the 5 moves are, and obviously I'll go over these more in depth. Number 1, master knowing yourself. Number 2, master the ability to reason. Number 3, master building the right team. Number 4, master the ability to scale. And number 5, master power plays. This book includes material from interviews with people like Ray Dalio, Billy Beane, I don't know who Billy Beane is, Robert Greene, Kobe Bryant, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant, Patty McCourt, and a bunch of mobsters. Yes, mobsters. Also people he studied from afar, like Steve Jobs, Sheryl Sandberg, and Bill Gates. Move number 1, master knowing yourself. Thinking ahead, it's just impossible without self-awareness. Self-awareness gives you the choice and control of your actions. Chapter 1, who do you want to be? I wondered listening to this why he put so much emphasis on haters and using their words as rocket fuel. This guy has a long list of things people have said to him, and he's used this list as anti-affirmations that no amount of money could possibly replace. Chapter 2, study the most important product, you. Once you truly understand that you're the one person you need to spend, that you spend every second of your life with, it becomes clear why you need to know yourself. Chapter 3, your path to creating wealth, intrapreneur or entrepreneur. Pick a path where the odds are in your favor. You can climb your own ladder. Entrepreneurs think, work, innovate, and protect brands and money like entrepreneurs. The thing is, they create companies within companies. They'll improve themselves while improving the company they're a part of. This dude came from life insurance. So it's no wonder why entrepreneurship is so high on his priority list here. Move 2 is master the ability to reason. We learn a methodology that teaches us how to deal with any decisions we face, no matter the stakes. No decision is black and white, and this tells us how to see all shades of gray. Chapter 4, the incredible power of processing issues. Certain things here, like learning from mistakes and knowing how to react to someone who ticks you off, stood out to me. Chapter 5, how to solve for X, a methodology for effective decision making. This is awesome, figuring out what the issue is that you need to solve and then eliminating the causes of it. Find X and solve for it. You don't need to be good at algebra. The actual methodology, it's simple, but it definitely requires something like a piece of paper and a pencil to demonstrate. And he goes over that too. Move 3 is master building the right team. And this is how to get the team that will help you grow. Building trust between employees and employers can create profitable alliances, speeding up all parts of your business and helping you sleep at night. And who couldn't use a bit of that nowadays, am I right? Chapter 6, the myth of the solopreneur, how to build your team. He began this one about talking about the benefits of and focusing on how you can offer better lives to other people. Toward the end of this, you'll hear some great tips on firing people. Great tips. And part of the reason I say this is that this is the type of stuff you'll hear in a book like The Hard Thing About Hard Things or How Google Works. The first company I ever worked for laid me off. This company is growing like crazy right now. The manager I had was probably the kindest, most calm and patient man I have ever met. It's the type of kind and calm that if he says something that isn't kind and calm, you'd think that you did something wrong, even if what he said wasn't bad. Maybe because he's the manager. No one was ever on thin ice under his watch, but damn, this guy knew how to intimidate people without intimidating people. He's the one who let me go. Every time I've talked to him since has been wonderful. Every time I tell people about the company, I have had nothing at all but great things to say about it. And when I was let go, I was let go gently. Very similarly to how Bet David says that it's optimal to. Chapter 7, create a principle-based culture. He mentions setting up like 4 beliefs or principles and repeating them so much that your people begin to mock you about them. That way everyone knows what the company stands for. Apple and Google and Microsoft and Walmart and other smaller but still very large companies like Nordstrom and Southwest Airlines, they're literally religions, okay? They have belief systems, principles, and faith and rituals. And Patrick Bet-David, he says that your company should too. Chapter 8, trust equals speed, the power of reliability. An unexpected amount of this was about love languages, actually, and how they apply in the workplace. For more info on this, obviously, you're gonna have to check out Gary Chapman's legendary book, 5 Love Languages. And by the way, I've reviewed all the books that I mentioned in this video. I'm pretty sure. I'll drop links to every single review that I did in the description below. Move 4, master strategy to scale, how to raise capital, create rapid growth, hold people accountable, etc. By the time you get to this section, he said that you'll be thinking like a CEO on how to gain momentum and to create systems that allow you to keep part of your business. Chapter 9, scaling for exponential growth. Someone looking for action steps needs to buy the book literally for this chapter. This is the mega chapter. This is the crux chapter. This chapter is the chapter to end all chapters, okay? I mean, not actually seeing as it's the second last chapter of the book, but it's the one you're looking for if you want the rubber to meet the road. By chapter, I guess I mean move. He said that we'll answer the question, how does a CEO scale to achieve and maintain growth? The 4 phases of every startup: formulation, survival, momentum, and plateau. That's such a badass word, plateau. It's like one of my favorite words. What sounds like golden tips on investors, certain proposals like Amazon Prime or Hyundai's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, that will help you grow a lot. Chapter 10, make momentum your friend and be prepared for chaos. Here's to not making bad decisions. I wish I had some tea I could make a toast with. Chapter 11, Moneyball, designing systems to track your business. Sherlock Holmes says it's a capital mistake to theorize before you have data. So what he says is we have to make systems, especially when it comes to sales, especially saying, I believe that we hit, I think we're at, it's not enough because you need to know the key performance indicators. Probably my favorite sales trainer, Andy Elliott, he said, figure out what you need to get exactly what you need. As Bet David says, figure out why it is that you are where you are. Chapter 12, stay paranoid. The Grandmaster never lets his guard down. Obviously, you never want to stop being paranoid. At least when it comes to business. Never stop walking on your tiptoes. Never let your foot off the gas, because the second you stop being paranoid, someone who is still paranoid, someone who's assuming things are not well, even when they are, they're going to pass you, and they're going to do it fast, and they're going to stay past you until, everyone plateaus, everyone has a shortcoming, and you know what I'm saying. Move 5, last move, master power plays. How to beat the Goliath in your industry. How to control the narrative and leverage social media. And some insider secrets from some of the most notorious business organizations in the world, literally the mob. And he'll explain why too. Chapter 13, how to beat Goliath and control the narrative. Wow, what a guide. Seriously, learning about the big competitor in your space, but respecting them, using their weaknesses and exploiting your strengths. It sounds like common sense, but is it actually? No common sense. Common sense isn't common sense. People who say common sense, I'm pretty sure are just referring to logic. And who has logic? I don't know. Chapter 14, study mobsters, how to sell, negotiate, and influence. Essentially, a lot of this comes down to knowing what people are going to say and rehearsing what you're going to say in response. That'll get them to buy. It's information, practice, and conviction. That's really kind of what it is. And lastly, chapter 15, cultivate your power and stay battle tested. This chapter was a typical jab, 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 right hook, give, ask chapter. Very, very well told. All the stories in it. Overall, it was a solid, practical wall of lessons, hard, concrete wall of lessons that Patrick Bet-David laid out here. He's very, very, very informative. He knows how to tell stories. I think this book really lived up to its hype. It might have done even more than that, and the bulk of his 4 million YouTube subscribers can probably attest to that if they take the time to check it out. I recommend checking out his channel too. It's called, and how often do I recommend other YouTube channels than mine? It's called Valuetainment. And if you've seen their videos, you can tell that he is very thorough, He doesn't miss a beat in his research, and he takes capitalism and entrepreneurship very, very seriously. What he's learned along the way, and this dude is very, very action-oriented, rubber hits the road, as well as his personality, experiences, and ability to learn from mistakes, they really, really shine in your next 5 moods. And that's the type of thing I'm not sure if you need to even check out the book to see for sure, but I'd say it's way more than worth a listen or read. Quotes: the busier you are, the more organized you need to be. Is it worth spending twice the money to get the project done in half the time? Show me someone who burns bridges every time he terminates people, and I'll show you someone who lacks empathy at best or is a sadist or bully at worst. No one has 100% job security, including the founder and CEO. You can't trust everyone, and those you do trust, you can't trust equally. Direction 1. I recommend this book for anyone who wants another helpful guide on how to grow and scale a business. Step 4 in particular is very, very helpful in that. That step alone is worth way more than the price of this book. And you guys who have been watching this channel for a while know that when I say that about a chapter, I'm not kidding in the slightest. Direction 2. If you like this book, check out, there are a couple different ones. Good to Great, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, and E-Myth Revisited. Your Next 5 Moves by Patrick Bet-David. There's a link in the description if you guys want to check it out and read the reviews. That and all the other books that I mentioned in this video, if you want to check those out too. If there are any other books that you guys want me to check out and review, please let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know if you checked out this book and you liked it. But hey, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, because I don't get why people watch this far into my videos and they don't subscribe. But if you have subscribed and you want to turn it up just a notch and turn on that notification bell to get a notification whenever I drop new videos, that would mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You can find me everywhere, and I will see you then.